Jay here, Stretford, Paddock. That's Adam McKola. Manchester United losing at Forest. I'm going to warn you now. We're probably not as depressed and annoyed as we should be that United have lost again in the league. We know we are struggling, but I don't want to be all toxic positivity, as you say, but there was some positives there. Just the same old story. We can't score goals. It's not good enough. On a scale of 1 to 10, how angry are you?
I'm not angry at all. So
are
0.
you just disappointed, or are you just like indifferent now? Have you got to that point where you're like?
I think look, you got to take into consideration the league is done. Like we're not going to finish much lower than we are. We're not going to finish much higher than we are, even if we were to win every game, which is obviously very difficult for us to do at the moment. I'm disappointed we didn't win. Obviously, I'd like us to go and win as many games as possible between now and the end of the season. But then I did think. There's been some performances this season where you look at it and you go, that was a dreadful performance from start to finish. No one knows what they're doing. We look like a disjointed team. Everyone looks like they hate each other, etc., etc. But today, I thought generally we looked like a much better unit as a team. We moved forward as a team a little bit better. If we could improve in the final third, I think we would have had a few goals today. And I actually think we were the better team. And yes, they hit us on the counter-attack a few times. But outside of that and outside of the Elanga goal, I don't know if it was the half-time stat or just before half-time, but we had like 7-8 shots and they had 1 and it was their goal. And I think that kind of reflected how the first half went. Then the second half, I think they were a little bit better, but we just not taking our chances. Garnacho taking 1 too many shots when he maybe should be passing a little bit. Bruno obviously dropped deeper into the game, didn't he, as the game went on, and Ugarte went off and Casemiro went off. Bruno dropped deeper. I don't want to see Xerxes as the main striker.
No, I know you are like
he needs to be outside the box.
Joshua Xerxes fan you can meet, but I agree with that. I was a little bit surprised that Højlund didn't start. I don't know though, international break, and he'd played obviously for Denmark. I don't know how fit he was, whether the manager looked at that and thought he's not quite ready to start just yet. I don't know, but I thought after the Leicester game and the Sociedad game where he looked better, obviously scored for Denmark as well. But it's the same old story. I'll get into some of the comments in the chat because we've had some decent ones. Mark Hatton says, I'm not so bothered. Been a member of the Academy for 52 months, by the way, which is great. I'm not so bothered about the results, to be honest. If you look at the stats, we battered them, just can't put the ball in the onion bag as per. One thing I will say about that as well is, I don't blame the manager for that. You know when you create loads of chances but you're just not taking them? I don't look at the manager and go, he's doing it wrong or he's getting things wrong or it's not, he don't know what he's doing. And I'm not saying that anyone's, any of us lot are saying that, but the manager sets the team up. The team are creating chances. I think that's a positive. It's just we need someone who can finish. We need a goal scorer. Xerxes, I like him as a player, but he doesn't score a lot of goals. Højlund obviously didn't start today, but even he's not been amongst the goals. We're too reliant on Bruno Fernandes. I think Garnacho scored against Leicester, and that's his first goal in months. You can't, that worries me a little bit going into the Europa League, which is obviously more important because we still need goals in that competition, and you can't play Cheeto. I know he didn't feature today because of the FA Youth Cup semi-final, but in Europa, Cheeto's not even eligible anyway, so these players have got to step up. Tom Boyce, who's been a member of the first team 15 months, says, I blame United for my erectile dysfunction. Oh dear. Brian Kevill says, ran the game for 96.52 seconds.
So does Jay.
Whilst they parked the big red fun bus on the 18-yard line, played anti-football, pathetic celebrations. I will not have my erectile dysfunction bandied around this review willy-nilly. Get involved in the chat in the comments. Let us know what you think. I might be wrong here, but I don't feel like there's the usual fume when United lose. I think people are like...
Got a stat for you.
Go on. Oh, look, little statty boy here. You geek.
What did you call me?
Statty.
It's 2025, Jay.
Yeah, go on then. Come on, give us some numbers.
Harry Maguire.
There's a stat you got wrong. His fucking name, for starters. Hey, great start.
Harry Maguire accumulated more XG in added time against Nottingham Forest than Rasmus Højlund has in his last 15 appearances.
Shut up. Take your stats and fuck off. Hey, I don't want to hear it.
You know what's bad?
Have you made that up or is that real?
No, that's real. But you know, before I read that out, I thought the 15 was going to say minutes.
Right.
I thought, fucking hell, that's mental. That's
really and instead it says, I mean, look, Højlund's had his issues this season. I get it, right? The goal against Leicester aside, he has struggled. But I can't blame a player who didn't start the match too much for the result. And I also don't think there's much going on between him and Garnacho. That's an issue that needs to be fixed. You can't have a striker and a number 10 who just don't get on. Go on. What have you got?
Another stat?
Go on. Statty, get the name right this time. Harry Maguire.
Oh my God, what have they called Alejandro?
Is this going to be depressing?
Someone on Twitter called him Alejandro. Oh, I'm not going to say that. That's really awful form.
Go on.
Look what it says.
Jesus Christ.
But the stat is Nottingham Forest XG.
Oh God, here we go.
Was 0.6.
Right.
Manchester United's XG.
Yeah.
2.27.
Well, that's the real quiz.
We won.
We won.
Remember we predicted 2-1?
Yeah.
We won.
XG, that's what we meant, XG. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what annoys me, right? I hate games like this where, like Elanga scores after 5 minutes.
When Man United play.
Yeah. And when the opposition score after 5 minutes and you just feel like this game's done already, innit? It's over. Manny Hemanth Rivara says, replace Delo and Garner, see team football IQ jump up. The issue with that, right? I understand that Garnacho didn't have a good game today and he's getting a lot of hate. Get involved in the chat and the comments. Someone like Delo, he's another one who's not having a great season, I think, on the whole. But right now, I don't see many other options. Let me know what you think. Liam Clark says, we were waiting for 12 days and we were dead after 5 minutes. It's not great. DJ Coach 91 says, not a sustainable way of playing, as we found out with Ollie. And Ollie's side had 10 times the quality than this Forest side do. Tom Boyce says, Harry Maguire square head, somehow hit the corner flag off a clear-cut chance. I might be wrong, but I think that chance that you're on about might have been slightly behind where he had to adjust his body a little bit. And also, what the fuck is going on when we're relying on Harry Maguire for our goals? Like, genuinely. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous if we're relying on him to get us an equaliser. When we've got fucking attackers and strikers who cost 70 million quid on the pitch. Come on. That's ridiculous. Hit the like button and let us know what you think. Kenny Lucky says Delo was not the problem. The team just playing by overloading left wing and having Delo on the right.
I didn't think Delo was an issue today. I'll tell you what is an issue.
Go on.
Remember that fella said he's not going to cut his hair till United win 5 games in a row? We just lost again.
We haven't won 2 Premier League games in a back-to-back all season.
If he's doing league games, he's well and truly fucked.
No, but 5 games on the spin, you could be waiting for years.
You shouldn't be waiting for years, Jay.
I know, but you could be.
He could be. He has been. What is he going to look like?
I don't know, man.
He's going to look like one of them Dulux dogs, isn't he?
Yeah, it's going to be bad.
Fuck hell.
Would you do something like that?
No.
Hey, Alan, what would you do
if I don't have a haircut in 6 days? I'm screwing.
Yeah.
I'll do like if United lose a game, I'll cut my hair.
Simon Trelfer, sorry, welcome to the academy. Liam Clark says Delo plays right wing back like he's still playing right back. He constantly takes far too long to get forward into his proper position. He doesn't get it. How do you fix this problem if you're Ruben Amorim? What do you do?
Should we be more angry, Jay? Why are we accepting this?
I think we're accepting it for 2 reasons, right? One, me and you are a bit longer in the tooth. We've seen,
seen it all, we've won the lot.
And we've won the lot. So you can sort of stomach it a little bit more. Also, we had a laugh on the watch along with Ryan Hopper and Damani Miller. That was good fun. And plus, you said it on the overlap today, and you're right. It's all about the Europa. If this was the Europa League, right? If this was Lyon and we lost 1-0, I would not be laughing and having a giggle about Harry Maguire and all the rest of it. I'd be fucking raging because that is this season over and next season over before it's even started because we're in the Champions League. So I would be fuming. But we're 13th, and if we'd have won, we'd have gone up to 50. That's not how it works. You go upwards, don't you, when you win? We'd have gone up to 12. Who gives a shit? Like, I still want to win football matches, obviously, but it's not the end of the world. What does worry me is the fact that we're still not scoring goals, and I don't know if we're just going to go into the Europa League and just go, right, now we're going to suddenly start scoring against the Lyon side that is decent. It's not amazing, but it's decent.
I've just been watching Anthony Elanga there. Thoughts? Because that's what everyone's going to be talking about today.
Elanga wouldn't be the player he is now if he'd have just been at United for the last 2 years. Him go to Forest... And let's not forget, he wasn't always starting for Forest. He's been like in and out, and he's sort of developed, and he's in a team that's got a lot of confidence and showing confidence and faith in him, and he's getting more of the ball. When he was at United, he had all that run when he was playing, then his form deserted him, then he wasn't playing, he was like in 2 minutes, 3 minutes under Erik ten Hag. Had he stayed, I don't think he'd have started, because Erik ten Hag brought in Anthony Jadon Sancho was still there. Marcus Offers was still there. Garnacho. Like, is Elanga getting minutes? Is he suddenly going to go? Is Erik ten Hag going to go? Actually, I'm going to give Garnacho. I'm going to give Elanga a go now. I don't think he would have. So I think he would have stagnated. The only sort of question that you can have was, could we have loaned him? Could we have said, look, there's a player there. Let's send him out on loan for a year, and then.
But at that point, we neaded to bring money in as well.
Yeah.
Really.
So, and I think he's sort of his luster had dimmed a little bit because of the.
And the trouble is for us as well, like Burnley got like 20 mil for... Burnley bought Trafford for 20 mil, didn't they, off City?
Yeah.
And like he hadn't played a game for City or anything. And we sold Elanga for like 12 million or something, and he'd scored in the Champions League, I think.
Elanga, I was in Madrid, I was behind the goal for that one.
Done a few decent things for us.
And he scored at Ellen Road.
Yeah, we just let him go for nothing, really. I think that's the most disappointing thing for me. With Anthony Elanga, I'm happy to see him doing well. I wasn't happy to see him score today, but in a weird way, if anyone was going to score, I'd rather it be him.
It's not. You don't hate him.
I don't have a hatred towards him.
No, I don't. And
I don't have a regret that we sold him either. Like it's.
You got to remember as well with Elanga, like there was things like, do you remember when he tackled Marcus in the Leicester game? Like there was things like that. Remember against Brentford where he threw the ball back to him when they were 4-0
Yeah.
Like there was times when you were like, whoa, what's going on here? So I like Elanga.
That's why we only got 12.
Yeah, but like people want to rewrite history and pretend everything was rose with him. There was a time when people going, and obviously I'm kidding a little bit, but people looking at going, is he quite good enough? There wasn't that much outrage when he moved on. So I think we have to be a little bit more sort of honest about where we're at. But no, I'm glad to see him doing well, and he's obviously that goal as well was such a good goal. Manny Hemanth Ravarapu says Mount played for 20 minutes without coming off. Stat. Yeah, he got some minutes, didn't he? Mason Mount didn't do a lot. He had a shot that was just wide. I
thought he scored that.
Yeah, we need to see Mason Mount play more, don't we?
With the Europa in mind, though, it's good to have Elanga back. Sorry, Mason Mount back.
Yep.
It's good to have Casemiro playing well.
Yep.
I think.
Yep, I agree. Casemiro did all right. I think that booking...
De Ligt was good.
De Ligt's always good.
Lenny Yoro,
great
class.
tackle by Lenny Yoro, by the way.
Oh, but I am worried about De Ligt because he did turn his ankle real bad.
Yeah, that was...
Once that settles down, it might be a real sore one.
Burnside is back, says, we have a -4 goal difference over the last 3 seasons. It's basically 0. Don't care. I'm paying...
Don't care.
Don't care. It's what anyone but David Moyes. But I'm paying £5 to let... We were going to hear from him in a minute, actually. I'm paying £5 to let everyone know I miss Ollie. That's thank you for the super
I miss
chat.
Ollie as well. You know what? We should have kept him.
Who, Ollie? Isn't it mad that Ollie got sacked after winning 5 out of 10 games, whatever it was? And we sacked him. Or 4 out of 10. And yeah, managers have had horrendous runs and kept the jobs.
If De Gea just saved 1 penalty, man, we're sitting here, top of the league.
It's mad that in that shootout, right, I saw a thing once and someone said, in that shootout, everyone who's ever lived and everyone that ever will live can't have done worse than what De Gea did. You can't. It's physically impossible to not save any penalties and miss your own.
But it's also guaranteed. It's also 99% of them might not do better either. Do you know what I mean?
I know, but no one could have done no one has ever lived or will ever live can do worse than what De Gea did.
Do we have to make it seem so? Can't you say every goalkeeper that ever lived?
All right, if you want to make it every goalkeeper
because if you included all them idiots over there, me, you, and
all you can do as a goalkeeper is not save 10 penalties and miss your own.
Yeah, it was mental.
That, and listen, I like David De Gea. I'm just saying it's fucking nuts that it couldn't have been any worse.
You just knew he was going to miss as well. And their keeper twatted theirs in.
Do you know what?
And then you knew you could read De Gea was going to go that way. It was going to be soft. It was going to be easy to save.
I don't blame De Gea, by the way, for
when he gets to your keeper, you should be allowed to
for not saving at least one of them.
Put someone else in the keep shit. Like how when they play cricket and the geezer's injured and they have someone run for them.
Yeah.
You should be allowed to do that.
What, as a goalkeeper?
Yeah, don't let you...
Ollie bottled it though, didn't he? He could have brought Dean Henderson on. Saying that
Fuck Dean Henderson.
Do you know what with Dean Henderson thing,
cretin.
Right? Who was it who beat us on penalties after at Old Trafford where Elanga missed in the League Cup? Do you remember?
Southampton?
No, I can't remember who it was. Get involved in the chat. Sorry? Borough. Was it Borough?
I thought he told you to bore off.
No, Borough, yeah. Because I think, didn't we lose 8-9 on penalties or something. Dean Henderson conceded all these penalties.
he's
Everyone was
shit.
like, "Oh, you should have put Dean Henderson on." I almost said it myself then, but yeah, it's Borough. Yeah, and Dean Henderson didn't exactly cover himself in glory.
Yeah, I don't like Borough. I mean, I don't like Dean Henderson.
Never mind. Anyway,
Right.
Mac, give us some positives before we end.
I'm Dean Henderson. I'm gonna remember when Dean fucking Henderson said, "I don't want to train at Man United because if they see me traded, he might want to play me." Remember when he said that?
Yeah, that's
Cheeky
the spirit.
Bastard.
Hey,
Fucking.
do you remember? And also that Dean Henderson. Remember the goal against Liverpool?
Yeah, when you fucking walked out of the goal.
And just let fucking Mo Salah have the entire goal to shoot at.
It's like when you're getting battered on FIFA and someone just throws their pad away.
Yeah.
And then you run through on goal and the keeper just starts doing weird movements. That's what he was doing, man. Dean Henderson is a crane.
Yeah. He's
Good riddance to him, by the way.
Yeah, go on. So where is he at?
What else?
Palace.
Palace.
Oh yeah, give us some positives other than Dean Henderson.
Dean Henderson's not here.
Right,
that's positive.
Yeah.
Delit. Dorgu.
Love Patrick Dorgu.
Delo was better today than he has been recently.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I think he was great.
Yeah.
I think he was better. Casemiro was better.
Casemiro was better.
And Bruno is Bruno, innit?
Yeah, Bruno's still
Sexy Bruno.
Yeah. This is it.
With Bruno, yeah.
Go on.
Don't worry, man. We've got Bruno. We're winning the Europa League. This is why I'm so relaxed.
Do you know what, right?
We're winning the fucking Europa
I get scared
League.
when you're like this, though. Because if we don't win the Europa League, you're going to be unbearable.
Oh, no.
You will be.
Do you find
that?
that?
Like watch along.
Do I get unbearable?
No, you're all right. But it made me laugh that time on the watch along where you didn't speak for an hour.
It's what the people want, apparently.
Something like that.
Yeah, no. I don't want to talk when we're losing in the Europa League.
We all know we've all done that once.
Because I've been a spoiled little baby growing up,
watching
United win all the time.
Yeah,
I thought I was above the Europa League.
And you said that, didn't you? I'm not bothered about the Europa League. And then after three out of 5 seasons in it, you realise, you know what, I need to get bothered.
I am Europa League.
Also, Stockholm was mint.
Yeah.
Stockholm was good, man. Winning the Europa League is a good trophy to win. It is a big trophy. And getting in the Champions League when you're not already in it as well.
It's the only European trophy R9 won. But you didn't know that.
What?
R9.
Sure.
He won the Europa League. He never won the Champions League.
Oh, yeah.
And guess who's got a Champions League trophy?
Don't
you worry, Flouter. It's Joshua Zirkzee. And that is a positive, my friend. Joshua Zirkzee has more Champions League winners medals than the greatest striker of all time.
That's the real quiz. That's mad that R9 never won a Champions League. Neither did Rude, did he?
Let me make sure of this.
Hey.
But he definitely...
Right, I've got a few super chats while you find that out. Joseph Avery says Onana dove for the ball and ended up further away.
Isn't that guy that got arrested for no reason?
Who, Joseph Avery? Yeah, from, what's it called, that?
Making a Murderer?
Making a Murderer. Yeah, I think it is.
Fucking good, that was.
Yeah, it was.
What's that? What's going on with him now?
Well,
did he get money?
He's still banged up, innit?
What?
He didn't get out. He's still banged up.
Fuck.
That solicitor, after all that noise, she's still not got him out.
He did win the UEFA Cup, but I was wrong in saying it's his only European trophy.
Go on.
Because he also won the Cup Winners' Cup.
The most important trophy there is. Greatest achievement in history of football. Do you know who was his manager when he won that?
Bobby Robson.
Good lad, knowledge. Hands up for the Panther says Man United lost to boring old Nuno. Part of the bus like a coward. Crap club, crap manager. Don't care. Forrest is third. He can't play good football. Fair enough. Tom
He
Boy
obviously
says,
doesn't care as well.
shall we all do DMT? Make me feel better. Make life feel better. Says
Is that thing that
Tom
makes
Boy.
you
I don't know
happy
what that
and
is.
that?
I shouldn't have said
Makes
that.
you cry now.
I don't know. DMT.
It's that thing that Mike Tyson took, innit?
DMT. I don't know.
Take none of that shit.
Oh, it's Steve. Yeah.
That's from you.
Man123 says Stephen Avery. That's the one.
Oh, yeah.
That's the guy for Making a Murderer. We're going to be back later. We've got Andy Tate and we've got Stephen Howson giving their reaction to tonight's deflating defeat. But we'll be back. We'll be all right. It's no one gives a shit about the Premier League anyway. It's all about the Europa.
Oh, man. We'll beat them
We need to change that chant.
We kill any...
Like, what is it?
We often score one, but we seldom score two.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? That's been Adam McKola. You know where to find him. I've been Jay Morty. This has been a review. Manchester United losing at the City Ground, but life goes on. Thanks for watching.